Hong Kong pulses with endless energy, where East meets West in a dazzling mix of culture and modern life. This documentary explores its vibrant streets, hidden gems, and unforgettable atmosphere. Hong Kong women are educated and career-focused. Hong Kong women often grow up in an environment that places a strong emphasis on education. From an early age, they are encouraged to excel academically, leading many to pursue higher education at renowned universities both locally and abroad. This focus on learning nurtures critical thinking and independence, qualities that later translate into professional success. With English and Cantonese as common languages of instruction, many Hong Kong women develop a global outlook, giving them the ability to adapt and thrive in diverse settings. Their education naturally flows into ambitious career paths. Hong Kong's fast-paced financial and business sectors attract women who are driven and capable of handling demanding roles. Whether in finance, technology, law, or creative industries, many women in Hong Kong set high professional standards for themselves. They often seek challenging positions where they can make an impact, and it's not unusual to see them in leadership or entrepreneurial roles. This professional focus also means they value partners who respect their ambitions and understand the balance between personal and career goals. Despite their strong career orientation, Hong Kong women also prioritize personal growth and meaningful relationships. They tend to look for partners who support their independence rather than restrict it, valuing mutual respect and shared ambitions. Many approach relationships with the same thoughtfulness they bring to their careers, preferring quality over quantity when it comes to dating. Their global perspective, cultivated through travel and multicultural experiences, often makes them open-minded and curious about different cultures. This blend of academic excellence, professional drive, and well-rounded personal values creates a unique dynamic, making Hong Kong women stand out as educated and career-focused individuals who embrace both modern ambitions and meaningful connections. World's tallest skyline. Hong Kong's skyline is unlike any other on the planet. With over 7,000 skyscrapers piercing the sky, the city holds the record for having the most high-rise buildings in the world. From the iconic International Commerce Center to the Bank of China Tower, each structure tells a story of ambition, resilience, and a hunger for space in one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. By day, the skyline reflects the sunlight in shimmering glass, while at night, it transforms into a sea of glowing lights that seem to stretch endlessly into the heavens. The city's geography played a key role in shaping this vertical wonder. With its mountainous terrain and limited land, Hong Kong had no choice but to build upward rather than outward. Over time, skyscrapers became not just a solution, but a cultural and architectural identity. The skyline is a fusion of East and West, where sleek modern towers stand alongside colonial-era remnants, and feng shui principles guide the placement and design of many buildings. This balance between tradition and progress gives Hong Kong a skyline that is both futuristic and deeply rooted in heritage. For visitors, the skyline is more than just a backdrop. It's an experience. Whether you're taking the Peak tram to gaze at the panorama from Victoria Peak, cruising across Victoria Harbour to see the nightly symphony of lights, or simply wandering the bustling streets below, the sheer scale and beauty of Hong Kong's vertical cityscape never fails to leave an impression. The one country, two systems principle. Hong Kong's dual identity is one of the most fascinating aspects of its character. As a special administrative region, SAR, of China, it operates under the one country, two systems principle, which allows it to maintain its own legal system, currency, and way of life while still being part of China. This unique arrangement has shaped Hong Kong into a place where the traditions of the East and the innovations of the West coexist side by side. giving the city its distinctive global appeal. Walking through Hong Kong, you'll immediately notice this cultural blend in action. A gleaming skyscraper might sit next to a centuries-old temple, while double-decker trams rumble past neon-lit noodle shops and international fashion boutiques. English and Cantonese often intertwine in daily life, reflecting both its colonial past and Chinese roots. This fusion extends to food as well, where dim sum and congee are as beloved as afternoon tea and Western pastries. The city thrives as a melting pot, where cultural crossovers feel natural rather than forced. This duality also makes Hong Kong a hub for international business, tourism, and diplomacy. It serves as a gateway to mainland China while still retaining global connections that attract people from all over the world. Its identity is constantly evolving, yet the balance of East and West continues to define its spirit. For locals and visitors alike, this dual identity is not just a political reality. It's a lived experience that makes Hong Kong endlessly dynamic. Longest escalator in the world. Hong Kong's mid-levels escalator is more than just a way to get around. It's an engineering marvel and a cultural experience rolled into one. Stretching over 800 meters, it holds the record as the longest outdoor covered escalator system in the world. Built to navigate the steep, hilly terrain between Central and the mid-levels residential area, it has transformed the way locals commute, sparing them exhausting uphill treks in the city's subtropical heat. With a series of moving walkways and escalators, it operates downhill in the morning to ferry workers to the business district and uphill the rest of the day, making it an essential part of daily life. But the mid-levels escalator is more than just practical. It's become a vibrant slice of urban culture. As you ascend or descend, you pass through some of Hong Kong's most eclectic neighborhoods, from trendy Soho, with its buzzing bars and restaurants, to old alleyways where traditional markets still thrive. The journey is like a moving tour of the city, offering glimpses of modern life, heritage architecture, and the everyday rhythms of locales. Many cafes and shops thrive along the route, taking advantage of the steady flow of commuters and curious travelers. For visitors, riding the escalator is a must-do experience that feels uniquely Hong Kong. It combines function with fascination, reflecting the city's knack for blending innovation with urban charm. Whether you're a resident relying on it daily or a traveler enjoying the ride, the mid-levels escalator perfectly captures Hong Kong's ability to turn even commuting into something extraordinary. Floating villages in Hong Kong. Hong Kong's floating villages are living testaments to resilience and tradition, where fishermen communities continue to thrive in stilt houses and floating homes. Places like Tai O on Lantau Island showcase these unique lifestyles, with wooden homes perched above tidal waters, connected by narrow bridges and winding walkways. These villages are not just relics of the past. They remain vibrant communities where people fish, dry seafood, and sell traditional snacks, carrying on practices that have been passed down for generations. Life in these villages is deeply tied to the sea, which provides both livelihood and identity. The Tanka people, often called boat people, historically lived almost entirely on the water, and traces of that heritage still shape the daily rhythms of floating village life. Narrow canals teeming with boats that double as homes or shops, while children grow up learning to navigate the waterways as naturally as others learn to walk down streets. Despite modern pressures and urban expansion, these communities have managed to preserve their distinct character and customs. For visitors, exploring a floating village feels like stepping into another world, far removed from Hong Kong's bustling skyline. The aroma of drying fish, the sight of stilt houses against a backdrop of mangroves, and the gentle rocking of boats create an atmosphere both timeless and tranquil. These villages serve as a reminder that beneath Hong Kong's reputation as a global financial hub lies a cultural tapestry woven from centuries-old traditions that still endure today. Hollywood of the East. For decades, Hong Kong was known as the Hollywood of the East, producing more films annually than Hollywood itself. In the 1970s and 80s, the city's movie industry exploded with energy, creating a cinematic legacy that reached audiences across Asia and far beyond. The mix of martial arts epics, gritty crime dramas, and slapstick comedies captured the imagination of millions, making Hong Kong a cultural powerhouse in global cinema. It was during this golden era that Hong Kong launched legends whose names became synonymous with action and artistry. Bruce Lee redefined martial arts on screen, turning his films into global sensations and inspiring generations worldwide. Jackie Chan revolutionized action cinema with his daring stunts and blend of comedy, while stars like Chow Yun-fat and directors such as John Woo brought a stylish new take on crime thrillers that influenced Hollywood itself. Their work transformed Hong Kong into an international film hub, exporting not just movies, but an entire culture of action and storytelling. Even though the industry has slowed in scale, the legacy of Hong Kong cinema remains undeniable. Classic films continue to inspire modern directors, and festivals celebrate the artistry of this once booming industry. Walking through Kowloon's Avenue of Stars or visiting old cinema districts, one can still feel the echoes of an era when Hong Kong was not just a city, but the beating heart of world cinema. Its influence endures, reminding us how one small territory reshaped global film history. Octopus card magic. The octopus card is one of Hong Kong's most ingenious inventions, transforming the way people move and live in the bustling city. Originally launched in the late 1990s as a contactless payment system for public transport, it quickly expanded far beyond its original purpose. Today, with just a tap, commuters can breeze through train gates, hop on buses, ferries, and trams without the hassle of coins or tickets, making it the heartbeat of the city's fast-paced mobility. But the magic of the octopus card doesn't stop at transport. It has evolved into a universal payment tool, accepted at supermarkets, convenience stores, fast food chains, and even vending machines. Residents use it to buy groceries, pay utility bills, and grab their morning coffee, all with the same simple tap. Some schools even allow students to use it for lunch payments, while offices integrate it into access systems. The seamless convenience has made it an everyday essential, carried by nearly everyone in Hong Kong. What makes the octopus card even more impressive is its role in shaping Hong Kong's cashless culture long before the rest of the world caught on. Decades before mobile wallets and QR codes became mainstream, Hong Kongers were already living the future with their little smart card. It's not just a payment method, it's a symbol of the city's efficiency, innovation, and ability to adapt technology to real daily life. For both locals and visitors, the octopus card feels like holding a key to Hong Kong itself. Victoria Peak views. Gliding up the steep incline of Victoria Peak on the historic Peak Tram feels like a journey back in time. First opened in 1888, the tram was a marvel of engineering and quickly became a symbol of Hong Kong's modern ambitions. Today, it still pulls passengers up one of the world's steepest funicular railways, offering a thrilling ride as skyscrapers tilt at dramatic angles outside the window. The anticipation builds with every meter climbed, until the city unfolds from above in a spectacle of glass, steel, and sea. At the summit, Victoria Peak reveals why it remains Hong Kong's most beloved vantage point. The sweeping panorama captures the dense skyline pressed against Victoria Harbour, with ferries gliding across the water and mountains forming a rugged backdrop. By day, the city shimmers under the sun. By night, it transforms into a sea of glittering lights, with neon signs and illuminated towers painting the horizon. The view is so iconic that it's often called the postcard of Hong Kong, a perfect frame of the city's dual character, nature and modernity locked together in harmony. Beyond the famous lookout, the peak offers tranquil walking trails, lush greenery, and a cooler escape from the humid bustle below. Families stroll along shaded paths, couples linger over coffee with a skyline view, and photographers chase the golden hour. Whether reached by the tram or a winding hike, Victoria Peak remains a timeless experience. An elevated window into the very heart of Hong Kong. World's highest bar in Hong Kong. Perched on the 118th floor of the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, the Ozone Bar is not just a place to sip cocktails. It's an experience that flirts with the sky. At nearly 490 meters above sea level, it holds the title of the highest bar on Earth, offering guests the rare thrill of drinking among the clouds. The elevator ride alone feels like a launch into another world, and as the doors open, you're greeted by futuristic interiors glowing in neon light, creating an atmosphere that matches the height's otherworldly feel. The view is nothing short of surreal. Through vast floor-to-ceiling windows, Victoria Harbour stretches out like a glowing artery, while the iconic skyline of Hong Kong rises and flickers beneath you. At night, the city becomes a glittering sea of lights, reflecting off the water and blending with the stars above. Guests linger over artisan cocktails and fine champagne, often pausing mid-conversation just to marvel at the endless horizon. It's as much about the view as it is about the drink in hand. Yet Ozone is more than a spectacular lookout. It's a hub of sophistication and innovation. DJs spin ambient beats, the cocktail menu experiments with exotic flavors, and the atmosphere is charged with cosmopolitan energy. Whether visitors come to toast a celebration, unwind after a day in the bustling city, or simply feel the exhilaration of being at the top of the world, Ozone Bar transforms a night out into an unforgettable ascent above the ordinary. The Tian Tan Buddha on Lantau Island. Rising majestically above the lush peaks of Lantau Island, the Tian Tan Buddha, also known as the Giant Buddha, is one of Hong Kong's most awe-inspiring landmarks. Standing at 34 meters tall and weighing over 250 metric tons, this seated bronze statue commands attention not only for its size, but also for its serene presence. Completed in 1993, it represents the harmonious relationship between man, nature, and faith, drawing visitors from all corners of the world who climb the 268 steps to reach its base. From the top, the view is as breathtaking as the statue itself. The giant Buddha faces north, unusual for Buddhas of this kind, symbolically watching over the Chinese people. Around its base are 6 smaller bronze statues known as the Offering of the 6 Devas, each presenting flowers, incense, lamps, and other gifts that signify virtues such as wisdom and compassion. The surrounding Po Lin Monastery adds to the spiritual atmosphere, with the scent of incense drifting through the air and monks chanting softly in the background. Beyond its spiritual significance, the giant Buddha is a cultural and architectural marvel. Crafted from over 200 bronze pieces, it combines ancient symbolism with modern engineering. Visitors are often struck by the tranquility it inspires despite the crowds, as the calm expression of the Buddha seems to radiate peace. Whether admired for its artistry, its religious meaning, or the panoramic views it offers, the Tiantan Buddha is a reminder of the enduring power of faith and human creativity. Nature meets concrete. Amid the dizzying skyscrapers and neon lights, Hong Kong hides a secret that surprises first-time visitors. Almost 40% of its land is dedicated to parks, reserves, and green spaces. While the city is famed for its bustling harbor and iconic skyline, it is equally defined by its lush mountains, waterfalls, and forests that wrap around the urban core. Hiking trails weave through tropical landscapes, offering a peaceful escape within minutes of the crowded streets, making Hong Kong a rare metropolis where concrete and nature truly coexist. The contrasts are striking. One moment, you're in the heart of Central, surrounded by glass towers and buzzing trams. The next, you could be on the Dragon's Back Trail, looking out over rolling hills and turquoise seas. Country parks like Tai Mo Shan, home to Hong Kong's tallest peak, or Sai Kung, with its golden beaches and volcanic rock formations, showcase the city's wild, untouched beauty. Even on Lantau Island, where the airport and modern developments lie, dense forests and hidden monasteries thrive. This balance between urban intensity and natural tranquility is part of what makes Hong Kong so unique. Residents often start their mornings hiking through wooded trails before heading to work in the financial district, while weekends are filled with camping trips, waterfall swims, or quiet moments in manicured city parks. In a world where cities often sprawl endlessly, Hong Kong's commitment to preserving its green spaces offers both a breath of fresh air and a reminder that nature and progress can grow side by side. The city that never sleeps. Hong Kong lives up to its reputation as the city that never sleeps, where the energy never fades and the streets are alive at every hour. In the early mornings, locals crowd bustling dim sum restaurants, sipping tea and sharing bamboo baskets of dumplings as the city awakens. By midday, markets buzz with the sound of vendors calling out deals, neon-lit shops invite endless browsing, and ferries slice across Victoria Harbour, carrying commuters and sightseers alike. When night falls, the city shifts into an entirely new rhythm. Skyscrapers glitter with thousands of lights, and street food stalls fire up sizzling skewers, noodles, and egg waffles to feed hungry night owls. Lan Kwai Fong and Soho come alive with bars, nightclubs, and rooftop lounges, while karaoke rooms offer a chance for friends to sing until dawn. For those craving peace amid the chaos, a midnight tram ride or stroll along the Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade offers a quieter but equally magical side of Hong Kong after dark. What makes Hong Kong extraordinary is its seamless blending of tradition and modernity throughout the day and night. A city worker might enjoy late-night congee after a karaoke session, while early risers queue for freshly baked pineapple buns just as the nightlife winds down. From 24-hour Cha-Chan Teng cafes to neon-lit mahjong parlors, the heartbeat of Hong Kong never rests, giving the city an electrifying rhythm that truly lasts around the clock. Oldest Chinatown outside China. While San Francisco's Chinatown may be the most famous abroad, the true essence of Cantonese culture still beats strongest in Hong Kong itself. Walking through its vibrant neighborhoods feels like stepping into a living museum where centuries-old traditions continue to thrive beside the modern skyline. From lion dances during Lunar New Year to dragon boat festivals along the harbor, the city keeps alive rituals that many overseas Chinatowns originally drew inspiration from. Hong Kong's streets are infused with the flavors and sounds of Cantonese life. Hong Kong's streets are infused with the flavors and sounds of Cantonese life. Wet markets bustle with the chatter of vendors selling fresh seafood and produce, while the smoky aroma of roasted meats drifts from traditional shops. Cantonese opera houses still echo with the dramatic rhythms of gongs and strings, and age-old herbal medicine stores line the alleyways with jars of mysterious remedies. Even simple experiences, like sipping tea at a neighborhood dim sum restaurant or watching mahjong games in a tea house, capture the spirit of a culture that has been exported worldwide but remains most authentic here. What sets Hong Kong apart is how it manages to preserve this cultural heartbeat amid its role as a global financial hub. Unlike transplanted Chinatowns abroad, this is the original soil from which Cantonese heritage flourishes naturally. The dialect, cuisine, and customs are not just performances for visitors, but the living, breathing way of life for millions. For anyone seeking to understand where Chinatowns across the world truly began, Hong Kong is the beating heart of it all. Dragon boat races. Every summer, Hong Kong's harbors come alive with the thunder of drums, the splash of paddles, and the roar of cheering crowds as dragon boats race across the water. The Dragon Boat Festival, held to honor the ancient poet Qu Yuan, has grown into one of the city's most electrifying cultural celebrations. Teams of rowers, their boats adorned with fierce dragon heads and tails, push through the waves in perfect unison, guided by the beat of a drummer who sets the heart-pounding rhythm. What makes the races so thrilling is the blend of tradition and adrenaline. While rooted in over 2,000 years of Chinese history, the event today attracts not only local teams, but also international competitors, turning Hong Kong into a global hub for the sport. From Victoria Harbour to smaller fishing villages, the water transforms into a stage where teamwork, endurance, and community pride are on full display. Spectators line the shores, waving flags and shouting encouragement as the races become as much about spirit as speed. Beyond the spectacle, the festival is steeped in culture. Zongzi, the traditional sticky rice dumplings wrapped in bamboo leaves, are enjoyed by families across the city, carrying forward the symbolic link to Qu Yuan. The event embodies Hong Kong's ability to honor its heritage while celebrating it with a modern twist. For visitors, there's no better way to witness the city's fiery energy, deep traditions, and sense of togetherness than at a dragon boat race. World's busiest port. For decades, Hong Kong's skyline wasn't just defined by glittering skyscrapers, but also by the towering cranes and endless stacks of shipping containers at its port. Once the world's busiest container port, it became the lifeline of the city's meteoric economic rise. Every day, ships from every corner of the globe arrived and departed, making Hong Kong a critical artery in the flow of international trade. Its deep natural harbor, perfectly positioned along vital shipping routes, turned the city into a global trading powerhouse. What set Hong Kong apart wasn't just geography, but efficiency. The port gained a reputation for speed, precision, and reliability, with containers moved in and out at a pace few others could match. This efficiency attracted businesses and investors, fueling the city's transformation into an economic hub. Skyscrapers housing banks and trading companies rose in tandem with the growth of the shipping industry, symbolizing how the port powered prosperity far beyond the docks. For many, Hong Kong wasn't just a city. It was a gateway between East and West, and the port was its beating heart. Even as newer megaports like Shanghai and Singapore overtook it in size, Hong Kong's port remains iconic. It continues to handle millions of containers each year, supporting trade, jobs, and the city's maritime legacy. For visitors, glimpses of colossal ships moving against the backdrop of Victoria Harbour offer a reminder of how the ocean and commerce shaped Hong Kong into one of the world's great cities. Thanks for exploring the vibrant spirit of Hong Kong with us. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more thrilling travel documentaries and adventures.